So this is the video he's been dreading since I got here.
He's lying.
So since I got here, I have been. He and I are great friends, and we've had decades. I don't think people realize sometimes how long we've known each other.
Yes, yeah, we have.
Like since 2008.
2008, yeah, 2008.
Yeah, since
2008.
Since 2008.
A year after I started my channel.
Yeah. And YouTube was it was the Wild West back then, but
Yeah.
there are some things that he and I don't share in terms of fandom.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of them. Today, I'm going to try to explain or truncate Warhammer 40k to him and maybe a little Warhammer fantasy to him. Because it's two different things.
Okay.
All right, Chris, you ready?
I'm ready.
Which one do you want to do first, fantasy or 40k?
Let's do fantasy first.
Okay, fantasy's a lot easier.
Okay.
So, Warhammer Fantasy was the first one. People forget that that Warhammer Fantasy was the first thing to show up in that franchise.
Okay.
So, we're going to go by story.
All right.
So, in this universe, Earth was nothing. Like, it was just this planet that was far from the sun, and there was some life there, but it wasn't like humans and stuff.
Okay.
It was like ruled by dragons and things.
Wow, okay. All right, this is getting interesting.
Oh, hold on to your butts.
Okay.
So then a race of alien beings called the Old Ones showed up.
Okay.
And they basically were like, we could create some new life here, but this is a little too cold. We need to change it. So they literally pushed the planet closer to the sun.
So basically saying they created the Ice Age?
Oh, no, the Ice Age ended.
Okay.
But they basically changed the environment.
What? Okay.
So the Old Ones then create a bunch of alien races because they're at war with chaos, and we'll get to them in a bit.
Okay.
But the Old Ones create the first race, the first major race, which is the Lizard Men, the Seraphon.
Okay.
And they're like Aztec dinosaur men.
All right.
And they have a race of beings among them called the Slan, who are these very powerful sorcerers. How powerful, you ask? Glad you asked. They basically can just look at a mountain, point at it, and change the terrain.
Okay, that's powerful.
Yeah. The Lizard Men were the workforce of the Old Ones. But unfortunately, the Old Ones had something on the ship that grew on it, and it landed there. The orcs.
Okay, so orcs
are fungus.
Oh, okay, they're just fungus.
But they're dumb. And they love to fight. In fact, every version of orcs that are green, it originated because of this series. So that's why everyone makes orcs green. It's because of Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay.
So, remember when I said there was a bunch of life on that planet?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of it died because the lizard men killed a lot of them off because it wasn't part of the Old One's great plans. Unless you were a dragon or a minor being, you ain't living through this. And the orcs also just ate and killed everything else.
Okay.
So the following race that the Old Ones created were the elves.
The elves. Okay.
Yeah, they were masters of magic, but they're also long-living and also not very strong physically. Then came the dwarfs. And they were all engineers, and they were very resistant to chaos, kinda. And they were great engineers and great warriors. Then mankind was created. And mankind was like the Old Ones, like, oh, these guys are perfect. Oh, they fall to chaos way too easy. Okay. So then came, like, the ogres, then came, like, other races, and eventually all was going really good because they were very close to getting the right race.
Okay.
And then chaos happened. Chaos is basically made up of 4 gods. 4 evil gods.
Okay, because that was just the way you described it, it made it seem like it's this big entity.
It's 4 entities.
Okay.
We got Khorne.
Khorne, you said.
Yeah, Khorne.
Okay.
Khorne is the god of blood, war, blood for the blood god, and skulls for the skull throne. I've yelled that so many times.
Okay.
So Khorne is all about death, butcher, and rage and war, but he's also like the god of honor and dignity. See, they're gods, but like they're aspects too.
Oh.
So they're kind of like they're kind of a mixture of like what are emotions for mortals. Mm-hmm. Then you have Nurgle, who's the god of like plagues and disease, but he's also the god of like nature and things like that.
Kind of seem like they're a mixture like the horsemen.
Yeah, kind of, but they're on a different level.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Zinch, who's the god of magic and deception, but he's also the god of hope and others. He's a shitbag. He's like all of them are real shitbags, but he's the shitbaggiest.
So basically, he's a man, right?
Yeah. Well, he can be whatever he wants because he's all about change. Yeah. And then we have finally Slanesh, who is the goddess of like pleasure and excess and greed and love. So those four break out and all their demon hordes go with them. The lizardmen and the elves fight them. The casualties are beyond compare. And the old ones it's either said that they died or they just fucked off and ran away. So Chaos gets basically put in one little portal in the far north called the I think it's called the Immaterium. And they have to stay there, but their forces and their demons can be summoned through. So now we fast forward a couple thousand years, and the current state of things is there's the Empire of Man, who are basically a bunch of city-states. It's not like there is a medieval faction, but this is more like the Holy Roman Empire. They're using muskets and stuff and tanks.
Okay.
There is but there was also like their god, Sigmar. Sigmar was basically what if Conan became a god.
Okay.
So Sigmar was a dude. Mankind, after the war with Chaos, they were kind of like living in mud huts and stuff. And Sigmar was this big, yoked out, like, warrior. And he had this thing called the Warhammer. Gee, I wonder what. So this hammer. So the hammer, Galmaraz, it was forged by dwarfs. Mankind and dwarfs have a friendship, an eternal friendship, because Sigmar saved one of their kings. Yeah, the dwarfs and humans are really tight because of that. And that's how they also got like flintlock rifles and stuff like that, and that helped them catapult. Sigmar becomes king for about 50 years, then he dies and becomes a god. No, he doesn't. So, among other things, I hope.
No. It's
all right.
That's why I keep asking questions.
All right. So, the Empire of Man is a bunch of city-states, and they all have elected emperor. The emperor of the setting was Karl Franz, and he's the one wielding the Warhammer now. And he basically is like trying to keep the empire together from orcs, from demons, from a few other races we'll talk about. But yeah. So there are two other human factions out there. Or three. There's three other human factions. Two are kind of neutral, one's just straight up evil. So the first one we're going to talk about is Kislev. Kislev's like Russia. And like all these like Central Europeans, they are ruled by a Tsar and Tsarina because, God forbid, Games Workshop is, subtle about anything. So
the Warhammer, can anyone challenge for it?
No.
Okay.
Like it belongs to him because it was given to him.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like he earned it. He was elected emperor. But the elves and stuff were like, hey, this guy seems to be really important to fighting chaos. Give him Sigmar's hammer. Yeah. So Kislev is like the northern, like Russia and all these, like Poland, all mixed together. They ride polar bears, and they use ice magic. And they also like to shit in the middle of a fight as an insult. And they love to get drunk.
So they cry on that.
Kinda. The Tsars and Tsarinas are. Then we have Bretonia, which I fucking hate Bretonia. They're they're like medieval knights and stuff, but they speak French. Try to figure that out. They love they love horses, and also it's kind of heavily implied they have sex with their horses somehow. And they're really mean to their peasants. Like they're the real. When you think like fantasy, you always go to medieval. Yeah. That's the faction.
Oh, so they one of them. Elitist.
Yeah, they're very elite. And they hate technology, and they really don't like the Empire because they're like, oh, you guys use technology and tanks and stuff, and nothing beats a horse. What's funny about Bretonia is they're getting played because the whole lady in the water, the lady in the lake that they worship, is actually an elven goddess who is just playing them like a fucking fiddle. So, yeah, get fucked, Bretonian fans.
Okay.
So we talked about orcs a bit.
Right.
Orcs are always a roving band.
Mhm.
Then we have elves and dwarves. There was another thing that happened after Chaos left.
Mhm.
There was a war between elves and dwarves. So they don't like each other. And there's actually, for the dwarves, they have this thing called the Great Book of Grudges. So whenever you slight a dwarf, it goes in the book.
I thought they get along like in Tolkien.
No, they don't. It's not like in Tolkien where they're like, no. There's a valid reason because there was a war that was manipulated between the two, and it was called the War of the Beard or the War of Vengeance, depending on which faction you talk to.
Okay.
So that faction was caused because it was dark elves. We have dark elves, and the dark elves are basically they live in across the sea, and they're slavers. They're full of debauchery, and they are straight up evil. They're led by a guy named Malekith. I'm not joking. That's his name. Yeah. And so Malekith is his mom, who he has sex with, Marathi. They're really into incest on the elves. So they basically are the rulers of the Dark Elves, and their whole thing is we want to conquer the elves, and because Malekith is the illegitimate son of an elven king, but a trial proved that he's not worthy.
Okay, so there's dark elves and light elves too?
Yeah, the light elves, they're called the high elves.
Okay, so do the high elves hate the dwarves as well?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so it's all.
It's every dwarf in the
It's just every elf. Okay, yeah. All right.
Then we have the Chaos Dwarfs. The Chaos Dwarfs use magic, which dwarfs can't use because it'll turn them to stone. But they were a dwarf tribe that got cut off, and they end up worshipping a lesser chaos god named Ashut. And they look very Babylonian. They look very like Sumerian, because Ashut that's what he looks like. Is very, and Ashut is the god of slavery and tyranny. So if you're out getting slaves, he'll be nice to you.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the Chaos Dwarves, just a run through of them. Then we have the Beastmen. The Beastmen are like roving, half animal, half men creatures that serve chaos.
So like minotaurs and stuff?
Yeah, minotaurs, centaurs, kinda. But it's like half men, half animal creatures. And they're kind of a constant threat to everybody. They're more like a roving beastman tribe attacked our village.
So are they like chimeras and stuff?
Yeah. Okay. It's never really said like if they're men who are turned into animals by chaos, or if they're offspring of animals and men that serve chaos. Right. It's always kind of left up. And then we come to my favorite faction, the rats.
The rats? Are they smart or are they just...
The Skaven. That's what they're called, the Skaven. Okay. The Skaven are the embodiment of greed, and like they're very narcissistic. They also think they should be in charge. Which one? Every rat thinks they should be in charge.
So are they like man-sized?
Yeah, they're man-sized rats, and they have 13 major clans that rule over them. Yeah, kinda. They're all like they turn people into like giant flesh golems. They like to experiment in magic. There was one rat who actually blew up the moon because he thought he could. They dance between the smartest and scariest beings in the universe to being the biggest bunch of fucking idiots you'll ever meet. Yeah, the Skaven literally walk that line of idiot to scary all the time, and they always backstab each other. They literally outnumber every race on the planet, like 160 to 1. But they're so goddamn greedy, they keep turning on each other and can't really unite.
So no honor.
No, there's actually that's kind of a rule. Their god, the Great Horned Rat, he literally, if you do something charitable, he'll strike you dead right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Jesus, they like that.
Oh, they're funny. They're funny rat men.
Okay.
They're funny and stupid. I love them.
All right, funny and stupid. Okay.
It's like watching a bunch of Invader Zims.
Oh, okay. All right, I get it.
Yeah. And then we have the Tomb Kings.
Who are they, like mummies?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the Tomb Kings were like the first real major civilization of mankind. And they came from not Egypt.
Okay.
So the Tomb Kings, how do I explain it? Like, they had a society where the firstborn would not be king, it would be the secondborn.
Mm-hmm.
The firstborn would go to train under like Matt and study magic and be a general.
Mm-hmm.
And this went fine until a guy named Nagash was born. Nagash is quintessentially dark side.
So he wants power.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
he basically found some dark elves, tortured them, took their magic, and he became the first necromancer of the universe.
Okay, I know what a necromancer is.
So his brother, Al-Qadizar,
Mm-hmm.
defeated him, but in doing so, he woke up all the dead kings and things like that. And here's the thing. They were all kings.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. So they all had a claim to the throne, and all these zombie armies start clashing with each other. So the necromancer cult is like, oh shit, we got to bring back our greatest king, Setra. Setra was like the greatest king of the race.
Mm-hmm.
So they wake him up. Setra basically tells everyone to get in line,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's cool.
You can't control that necromancer's power?
Well, they can and they can't. These were like the spell was early, so it didn't really work.
Uh-huh.
Nagash was like, it was a last minute attempt to like save himself, but then they just woke up and were like, "What are we doing here?" And Nagash was like, "Fuck."
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Nagash is also the reason we have vampires.
Okay, so vampires. All right.
Yeah, the vampire courts.
Okay.
The vampire courts are a whole other section. They all have their tribes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of them actually took over one of the Empire of Man's states, Sylvania. Mm-hmm. Get it? Sylvania? Yeah.
I get it.
And the biggest vampire cult groups are like from the von Karsteins. And they initiated these vampire wars. This led to Vlad von Karstein,
mm-hmm.
who was the first, and he wanted to be king. He's actually kind of cool. He has a great romance with his wife, Isabella. It's actually kind of... And then we have one of his sires, Conrad von Karstein,
mm-hmm.
who's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
He died. And then we come to the vampire that everyone hates, Manfred von Karstein. Manfred is, as I like to call him, Manfred von Kuntstein. Manfred, that's what he is. He is literally if Starscream was a vampire.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus.
He's also the reason why the world blew up.
Wait, what? The Earth?
Yeah, Earth blew up.
Okay.
So we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But the vampire courts also have like the succubus clans, or the Lamias, they're called.
Okay.
And the Lamia are more like the FBI of the vampires. They actually don't want to work with Nagash or anyone, so they kind of infiltrate high society as vampires, men and women, and they basically keep tabs on everybody. And they sometimes leak information to like the Empire of Man anonymously, because they're like, if Nagash is doing this or Chaos, it's going to ruin our food supply.
Okay. So they're not like sex demons.
Yeah, they are.
They still are.
Yeah,
okay.
the Slanesh demons especially. Like,
okay.
And we could go on I could go on and on, but there are like some cool characters in Warhammer Fantasy, like Gotrek and Felix.
Which is he human or creature?
Gotrek and Felix are, one's a human who was like a yuppie who got drunk and met a dwarf named Gotrek.
Okay.
Gotrek is a dwarf who's kind of like the Doomslayer if he was 4'5".
Okay. Are there any like hybrids in there? Like somebody got mixed?
Oh, some of them are, but they don't live long.
Oh, they don't live long. Okay.
It's either by biology or the Inquisition, the Empire's like thing to control chaos or dark creatures.
Okay.
If they find out there's a hybrid, they're just like, heresy, blam.
Oh, okay. Because usually hybrids are like stronger than everybody.
Yeah. But Gotrek and Felix are like two friends, and they kill every book is Gotrek and Felix stumble into a city. Trouble happens. They kill the shit out of the evil thing and go on. There's actually, like, the Skaven are collectively terrified of them. Just those two guys, because they've killed over 1 million Skaven.
Oh, okay.
There's one Skaven sorcerer named Thanquol, who has PTSD because of these two. He's like he's a recurring villain for them, and he keeps fucking up. He even like during a storyline, he captures Gotrek and Felix and goes on how this is going to be my greatest revenge against the Gotrek and man and dwarf, because they talk funny. The Skaven talk funny. So and then Felix looks over to Gotrek and goes, do you know who this guy is?
Mm-hmm.
And the dwarf goes, no, manling. That's what he calls him, manling.
Okay.
And he's like, no, they all look the same to me. And Thankful, who has fought these guys for 15 years, has a meltdown because they don't even know who the fuck he is.
Oh, okay.
He just has an existential crisis in that moment.
They're werewolves in
Oh yeah, they're werewolves, but they're not. They're few and far between. There's not like a united faction.
So are they like the Beastmen?
Kinda.
Okay.
But they're mostly associated with the vampire courts. They're more like attack dogs.
Oh, okay, so kind of like
yeah. So Old World. It used to be called Warhammer: The Old World. That's gone now because there was this thing called the End Times. Mm-hmm. Oh shit! I forgot one more faction. This is kind of important.
Yeah.
Norska.
What are they like?
No, the Norska are the Northmen, but they serve chaos because they live in such a harsh environment.
So they're Vikings.
Yeah, they're evil Vikings who ride zombie mammoths.
Oh shit.
The Norskins had one guy among them who was. Some of them ascend to chaos, like they become demons. They can become demons if they serve the gods well enough, or a chaos champion. And one of those was really good at it, called Archaon. Archaon, the Ever-Chosen. The three-eyed king, the harbinger of chaos, the big bad. He basically enacts a plan that devastates the whole world in end times. I forgot to mention there's vampirates. The Vampire Coast. They're fun, but I forgot to mention them. But yeah, end times happens. The Skaven unite with chaos, and they just start wiping people out left and right. What happens next is, in a last-ditch effort, where heroes are dying left and right, whole races are getting wiped out. There's a last-ditch effort by a elven sorcerer, Aetherion, and he basically tries to cast this spell, but guess who stabs him in the back and kills everything?
Rat people?
No.
Oh, okay.
Manfred von fucking Karstein. Manfred destroys the world, but it's all not lost. There were some other gods outside the Chaos gods that existed. And what happened was Sigmar survived. So Sigmar took pieces of the world and was starting to rebuild it. But he had to work with other gods, including Nagash, who did ascend to godhood. So together with Nagash and a few others, they bring back the world, and now we have Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like a battle world. Kind of.
I was going to say battle world, like when Earth 1 and 2 came together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of the state of things. It's a new fantasy reality that I'm kind of not. I'm half and half. The Skaven are still around. They're fun. And now their god, the Great Horned Rat, has actually become the 5th Chaos God. So basically, gods can ascend, like they can get higher rank or things like that. And the Great Horned Rat did that.
Oh, okay. So how are you feeling about that? You don't like it?
I like it. I like it because more Skaven means more fun.
Okay.
I like if the Skaven didn't show up in Age of Sigmar, no one would have cared. So that's brief. I'm giving you the bare bones. Hey, keep in mind we are 30 minutes in.
Right.
That's fantasy.
Yeah. Okay. But I've seen figures and statues of these guys in armor and stuff.
Oh, that's 40K.
That's 40K. Okay.
The Space Marines.
Those are the Space Marines. Okay.
Now we come to 40K, people.
Okay.
So 40K is a different continuity.
Ah, okay.
So 40K basically takes the same elements, but applies it to fantasy meets sci-fi.
Okay, so this is what Henry Cavill likes.
Yeah.
This is what he likes. I've heard him talk about this.
All right.
I've heard him talk a little bit about this.
So this is going to be a lot.
Okay.
Probably even more than fantasy, so buckle the fuck up.
I'm ready.
Okay. We'll start with the humanity first, because they're kind of the main focus.
Okay.
We have the Imperium of Man. Ages ago, mankind fell into a dark ages. Okay. There was war with AI, and it was called the Dark Age of Technology, where mankind spread out across the galaxy, but then AI and robot wars and nuclear war happened. 5 world wars happened. But among that came a man known only as the Emperor of Mankind, because he never revealed his name. So the Emperor has been around since the dawn of man. He's known as a perpetual. They're like godlike beings. He was even Saint George, and he was like other races. So the Emperor launches this thing called the Unification Wars, which unites all of man, the tribes of man, into one kingdom. During this, he's like getting rid of religion. He's getting rid of all these other governments with his Thunder Warriors. Don't get attached to them. And also some other perpetuals and other beings. So after the Unification Wars end, he launches the Great Crusade, which is basically mankind is going to go out and conquer the galaxy and reclaim all these lost territories, and all these lost colonies, and also destroy every alien they see. Because there's only one race. It's the human race, which they're not racist unless you have pointy ears or green skin.
Right.
So the Emperor of Mankind he gets rid of the Thunder Warriors. He kills them all because they serve their purpose. Then come the Astartes, the Space Marines. And to control them, he creates 20 suns. 2 of them ain't going to matter, so it won't. Because 2 of them get wiped out, and we never know why.
You said 20 suns?
Yeah. No, through genetics and stuff.
Genetics, okay.
Yeah. These are the Primarchs.
Okay. Right.
So the Primarchs are basically his genetic sons, and they all serve a different purpose. Unfortunately, the Emperor had a side piece named Erida, and she saw what he was going to do with them. She launched them into space. All 20 of her kids, all 18 of her kids. So they get sent to different planets. And for decades, the Emperor goes out trying to find his sons while conquering more of the galaxy. The first one he finds is Horus Lupercal. Horus is is going to be important in a minute.
Yeah, he sounds important.
Yeah, he's very important. So Horus, basically what happens, Horus basically, and the other sons get eventually found. They all get reclaimed. And the Great Crusade is continuing. Then Horus encounters chaos, and he falls to it. Not only that, half of the other sons also join him in a civil war called the Horus Heresy.
Horus Heresy, okay.
So for 9 to 10 years, the galaxy is just aflame. It's a civil war between Horus and the Emperor.
Okay.
And it ends with Horus being destroyed by the Emperor, but the Emperor is like terminally injured by Horus. And he has to be put on this thing called the Golden Throne to keep him alive. And like his body's still there to this day. Now we flash forward to 40,000 years. That's the present time.
Okay.
So that was 30K. This is now 40K.
Okay. So
So the present time, mankind is like worships the Emperor as a god, even though he didn't want that. It's like the Dark Ages, heresy, and like if you have these abilities called psychers, you will either be killed, used in the army, or be fed to the Emperor in a machine to keep him alive. It's grimdark. It sucks. Everyone hates their lives, and all mankind knows is war. So the Space Marines are the superhumans. There's a bunch armies of super soldiers. There's not a lot, like, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, Space Marines are everywhere. They're really more, like, almost told in myth in some cases. Like, it's a rarity in the galaxy to meet a Space Marine.
They're like boogeymen?
Everyone, yes.
Okay.
That's actually kind of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, if you're an alien or chaos.
Yeah, okay.
And if you're a human who says, fuck the Emperor. And there are different chapters.
Okay.
So they're all different. So I'll go through a few. So we've got, like, for the Ultramarines are the poster boys. They're the ones in blue.
Okay, those are the ones I've seen.
Yeah. The Ultramarines are like space Romans.
Okay.
And they have a system called the McCrag system, like 500 worlds. And the Primarchs, also during and after the Horus Heresy, they were all vanishing.
Okay.
But here's the thing. One of the Emperor's children came back. And not the Emperor's children think of, we'll get to that in a minute. One of the Emperor's sons came back. Rabute Gilliman.
Rabute Gilliman.
Means great one.
Great one. Okay.
So Rabute launches the Indominus Crusade to save the galaxy. Also, another Primarch came back, another Loyalist Primarch, Lionel Johnson.
Lionel Johnson.
He's the Primarch of the Dark Angels.
Okay.
They're the first Legion.
All right.
He's more like a warrior. He's like a knight. He's basically Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
If he was a super soldier.
All right.
Now there were other Primarchs. Remember those other ones that that joined Horus?
Yeah, you said yeah.
Yeah, they all became chaos monsters.
Okay.
So there are traitor legions as well as loyalist legions.
So they're like real angels.
Not really.
Okay.
They're just called angels.
Okay, because the way they're making it, they're making it sound like they're fallen angels or something.
Yeah, well, it's a religion, so they see it. And when the Astartes show up, people call them, oh my god, it's the Emperor's angels. Because it's a rarity to see them.
Okay, all right.
So, the Dark Primarchs that are around are Angron.
Uh-huh.
He's the Primarch of the World Eaters, Blood for the Blood God.
Okay.
He serves Khorne.
Okay.
Yeah, they're here too. Those 4 Chaos.
Okay, so the 4 guys, okay, they're in this world too. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have the Emperor's children.
Mm-hmm.
Their Primarch is Fulgrim. They serve Slaanesh. Then we have the Death Guard.
Mm-hmm.
They serve Nurgle, and their Primarch is Mortarion. Okay. Then we have the Thousand Sons. Mm-hmm. Their Primarch is Magnus. They serve Tzeentch. Mm-hmm. Now, there are other legions that don't serve Chaos, or serve Chaos Undivided, meaning they serve everybody. Mm-hmm. The Word Bearers, their Primarch Lorgar, they're Chaos Undivided. Like, they worship all 4 gods. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Night Lords who don't serve Chaos, but they're traitor legions. They're a bunch of psychopaths who literally go to a planet, find noblemen's children, skin them alive, skin these children alive, while playing it out to other systems, and then throw their corpses out to people, and their message is, we'll fucking do it again. Then we have the Iron Warriors. Mm-hmm. They're all about siege and stuff. And they hate Chaos, but they're also fuck the Imperium. Mm. So it's a whole thing. Okay. So that's kind of the overview of the Imperium so far. Right. Any questions? Because we got other alien races to talk about, man.
Yeah, okay. You already answered what? Because I said one of them was like, okay, they're not angels. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So here are the other races.
Okay.
My favorite alien race, we'll start with them.
This is still 40K, right?
Yeah, 40K. These are now the alien races that are out there.
Okay.
And my favorite is the Necrons.
The
Necrons are robot mummies.
Well, I was about to say, they sound dead. Like, as soon as I heard neck, I'm like, neck.
So, the Necrons were the original rulers of the galaxy. Okay. They basically were once flesh and bone, but they went through a machine that basically made them into metal. And they served, basically they also encountered the Old Ones because their homeworld was so close to the sun, it was like giving them cancer and stuff. And they're like, hey, Old Ones, can you stop giving us cancer? Mm-hmm. And like, can you help us? But they were all like, prime directive, bitch, and fucked off. So the Necrons encountered another race of gods called the Khitan.
Okay.
The Khitan are like, hey, we'll help you all with all that. Yeah. All you got to do is step through this machine to make you metal. Don't ask any questions.
Oh, okay.
So they became metal. And then they went to war with the Old Ones, who in turn created 2 other races. And that was the War of Heaven. That basically launched everything. That caused the creation of the Chaos Gods. Mm-hmm. That caused the galaxy to be ripped apart. Mm-hmm. But eventually, the Necrons went to sleep. Like, they realized one of the races, the Eldar, was getting too powerful, and another race, the Quarks, were also too dangerous. So they also killed their gods and enslaved them, called the Khitan. Mm-hmm. They made them into weapons. So the Necrons went to sleep in Tomb Worlds, and they're starting to wake up. But the problem is, a lot of these dynasties don't like each other. Yeah. So the Necrons are a very powerful race. In fact, these guys have killed 2 pantheons. So beware if they ever wake up fully and get united.
Okay.
So it's very cool. Then we have the Eldar. They're space elves.
Space elves, okay.
They were after the Necrons had been defeated, the Eldar ruled the galaxy for 65 million years.
Are they weak like
well, they're very powerful, like
magic-wise?
Not magic-wise, it's called Psyker.
Psyker.
So they were very powerful. They made their own gods through their belief. But 65 million years and no one's challenging you, you kind of get a little cocky.
Yeah, okay.
And they basically got so debaucherous that they birthed the fourth chaos god, Slaanesh. Slaanesh destroyed their homeworld, consumed half their race, and then killed and ate all their most of their gods. She basically devastated the Eldar. The Eldar now live like in craft worlds, which are these giant continent-sized spaceships.
Okay.
The Eldar were a once mighty race, but they're barely clinging on now. They even sometimes work with the human race to make sure that they can survive long enough. In fact, they had one of their groups had a hand in bringing back Rabute, in bringing back Gilliman.
And he's an important character.
Yeah, the Primarch. The guy of the Ultramarine.
Okay, the Ultramarine.
Yeah. So the Eldar are kind of just bebopping around now. They're space vagabonds. But then we have the Dark Eldar, Dark Space Elves.
Okay.
And they're all about rape, murder, skinning, and things like that. They're dicks.
Oh, okay.
Then we have the Orcs. We got Orcs here too. But the Orcs are way more fun.
Okay.
They're very stupid, but all they want to do is fight. All they do is like they all talk like this. It's all a good fun.
Okay.
And they always want a good fight. Or a good, or as they call it, a good crumpin'. Yeah. Imagine a whole army that sound like Robbie Coltrane from Van Helsing is Mr. Hunt. That's all. So the Orcs are so stupid. They used to be called Krorks, but they de-evolved into Orcs.
They de-evolved.
Yeah. The Orcs basically, if they believe something, it's true.
They're dumb.
Yeah. Like, they believe if a space, there's a great moment where two Necrons are at war with each other, and the Orcs, basically, that they were fighting are out in space, and one of them goes, Trazyn, do Orcs breathe? And Trazyn goes, they have lungs. The Orcs didn't believe that they believed there was air out in space, so they were breathing normally. Oh my God. They also have a ship that's made of junk. How they move their ships, glad you asked. They basically have a big red button that says go, and they press it.
Okay.
So you have that. Yeah, you got the Orcs. They're the ones having the most fun in the galaxy. Yeah. From what?
Mandalorians from Fifth Element.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they kind of are.
Oh, geez.
So then we have the Tau.
Are they like monks and stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
The Tau are basically the most advanced race. They basically have, in 4,000 years, or 10,000 actually, they've gone from like living in huts to now having like giant robots they can command and lasers and using AI.
Okay.
The Tau are kind of the closest thing you get to nice people in this galaxy. They actually go to Imperium planets and convince the humans to join their group. They're like a kind of a coalition of other races and stuff. It's all for this thing called the greater good.
The greater good.
Yes, make your joke.
Yeah.
The greater good.
Shot at.
Yeah, that's their whole thing is like they believe in the greater good.
Okay.
And they're run by, it's a caste system though, so there is like some bias among their races. It's not all great.
Okay.
But they are the most technologically advanced. I don't know why people don't like them. Probably because it's just fun to hate on the Tau in the fandom. But yeah. Then you've got the Leagues of Votann.
The Leagues of Votann.
They're space dwarves. Basically, remember when mankind was going out into the galaxy? One group went to the center of the galaxy, and the gravity was so thick it made them squat down. So they're kind of their own race. They're basically space dwarves. It's all about rock and stone and stuff. But they're all clones. They basically have one AI system that clones them. Yeah. The Leagues of Votann, they're there. Then you have, we've talked about the Eldar. Oh, the Adeptus Mechanicus.
And where are they?
They're part of the Imperium. Okay. But they're from Mars. They basically they worship machines. They worship this thing called the machine spirit.
Yeah, I was going to say,
They basically are half organic, half. They basically say like machines. You still need flesh. You need a soul.
So they're cyborgs.
Yeah. They also hate the Necrons, but love stealing their shit. It's like, no, full robot is abominable. That's abominable intelligence. Let's go steal their stuff, though.
Steal. Okay.
They have woken up so many tomb worlds because they can't leave it alone.
So they would hate any kind of organic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they also they worship the machine spirit, which is kind of a no-no in the Imperium. But the thing is, they're allied with the Imperium because the Emperor met them on Mars. And how it went was he went to Mars. The Emperor went to Mars thousands of years ago, and everyone's got guns trained on him, and he's just like, "Who's up for some diplomacy? I just want to talk." But then the elders of the Mechanicus, the tech priests, came to the Emperor and said, "Whoa, you're the Omnisaya." Like he's kind of like Jesus. They still worship the machine god, but they think, to them, the Emperor is like the thing that speaks through, like he speaks through them. So they join the Imperium and worship him as the Omnisaya. They basically create weapons, they create tanks, they create giant robots. If the Mechanicus ever broke away from the Imperium effectively dies. So they need to keep him around. Yeah. Then we've got I feel like I'm going to forget somebody. We got the Mechanicus. We've talked about the orcs. Oh, the Tyranids.
What are they?
The scariest thing in this entire damn galaxy.
Oh, boy.
They come from outside of the galaxy.
So they're like the Geth.
Kind of, but organic. Imagine like Xenomorphs mixed with Geth and Reapers. They literally just want to eat the galaxy. Their whole thing is just eating the whole galaxy. The Tyranids are like a hive mind that consume biomass. They consume anything and assimilate into it. They're super intelligent, but all they want to do is just eat everyone. And the scary thing is, the Tyranids you see, the millions, the trillions of them, they basically, that's just the first wave. The real fleet hasn't arrived yet. Yeah. God, I feel like I'm going to forget somebody. Eldar, the Dark Eldar, Imperium. Oh, yeah. So Chaos is, like I said, Chaos is here. They've got demons and they've got worshippers. Yeah. So, any questions?
My biggest question is, like, there seems to be really no real. It seems like this world is full of it's just gray.
Yeah. There is only war. There's no
war.
There's no hero here.
That's what I was about to say. It just seems like this is gray. It's not like yin and yang. It's just gray, and there seem to be no real heroes.
Yeah.
That's basically the way I'm feeling. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry Cavill, you like this? Okay.
So everybody's just fighting each other. Everyone's just trying to survive. And yeah.
Like, definitely feels like War of the Worlds. Like,
yeah, War of the Worlds wishes it was this.
Yeah.
This is War of the Galaxies.
War of the Galaxies. Yeah, my God. The way I'm looking at it is like there is no light and no dark. It's just gray.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And people are going to say, oh, but there are kind of heroes there. There's a few characters that are good. They're intentionally like good hero characters. But there's no real like, we're the good guys. It's just a bunch of people who are like decent people. Like Commander Farsight of the Tau. He's basically like a true good guy, like a true hero. Then you have like another guy like Caiaphas Cain, who's a soldier in the Imperium. And he's a coward, but the thing is, everyone thinks he's a great guy. Because they think he's some kind of great hero. Because no matter how he fucks up, he keeps, even when he's being a total coward, he saves the day. Imagine Ash from was a soldier in space. That's Caiaphas Cain.
So he's a fraud then.
No, he's a fraud.
Okay.
But no one knows he's a fraud because he knows if he tells everyone, "Hey, I'm just a coward," he'll get executed.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't even started on the other Space Marine chapters.
So there's more Space Marines.
Yeah, there's different chapters.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, there's the Ultramarines, the Dark Angels. Those are we talked a little bit about the Heretic. We'll talk about the Loyalists now. Okay. The other Loyalist legions don't have their Primarchs back. It's only the Dark Angels and Ultramarines that do.
Mm-hmm.
So in this, you've got the White Scars, who are kind of basically space Mongolians. They love to move fast. You've got the Raven Guard, who are all about stealth and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Imperial Fists, who are like builders and all about like them and the Iron Warriors don't like each other because they're all about siege, they're all about defense.
Okay.
Then you have the Blood Angels. They're kind of like space vampires, but good. There's a lot more to them than that, but there's a reason why. But we'll get more into that another day. And you have the Iron Hands, who are like cybernetics, all about computers and stuff and tech support, basically. You have who else did I not mention? Oh, the Salamanders.
Yeah. Are they like lizard people?
No, their skin. They basically live on a homeworld that blackens their skin like over time. They're also all about being friendly to mankind. Like the other Space Marine groups don't care about humans. Mm-hmm. It's more about the mission than the people. Yeah. The Salamanders like stay around and help others.
What's the catch?
They're really xenophobic. Like there's one story where they burned a bunch of Eldar children.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm glad you caught on to that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot another traitor legion, the Alpha Legion. They're evil. They're all about switching sides and things like that. I hate them.
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, if Benedict Arnold knew what he was doing, then canceled the plan, then really worked with the enemy, but was really working for the good guys, but then he was working for a third party, then went back to working for the enemy party. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Alpha Legion.
Okay.
Who else have I not met? But yeah, there's those. That's kind of the overview of Warhammer, and I'm shocked I got it all like the basics in under an hour. So, any last questions?
Basically, what I'm getting at, guys, is this world is fucked.
Oh, this whole galaxy is fucked.
It's fucked, and there's no real good people in there. They're all trying to kill each other. Chaos rules. It's like they need chaos for Mortal Kombat. He would probably feel at home here. Like it just I can really like. There's no real good people here. Yeah. Like that Solomon you just mentioned. I'm like, wait. That's why I asked, what's the catch? They don't have any like there's no. I like the fact that yes, there are elves, there's vampires.
Yeah, fantasy there are like definitively good guys. Like the Empire of Man.
Yeah,
they're the good guys.
Okay.
The elves are the good guys. The dwarfs are the good guys. In 40K, it's way more gray.
Yeah, see that's what I was about to get at. It's like it seems that with 40K, it's all gray.
Yeah.
And look, I made that wrong. But in fantasy, there seems to be a balance. Okay, there are bad and there's also good. The one is 40K is what I hear Henry Cavill like because he talks about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is the one that he talks about. This is like, and I think they want to do something like really
a
whole show about this. My God, that'd be interesting just to see how they do it. That was educational, really.
Yeah, the fact that I got it under an hour,
well, that's good.
And that's the basics. Yeah. I was giving you the bare bones.
Hey, the Cleveland notes. I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Would you want to be interested in this, or
no? Because I get too pissed off. I would need balance with that stuff. Like, I don't look. I'm already like anybody who knows me knows. Like, I don't. I watch the like Paranormal Activity. I watch it, but I also hate it because there seems to be no balance with good in that. It's like all the witches and stuff, they're worshiping this. And I'm like, okay, where are the good witches to help and stop them? And I hate that. I don't like stuff like that. There's got to be, for me, it's got to be balanced.
See, I think you'd like fantasy more because there are like good, definitively good facts.
Fantasy, I probably like more. 40K, I no offense, Mr. Cavill, but I'd hate that. I'm like, there's no good people. That's gonna piss me off. Like, no. So yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. There's books, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's books to read. So
yeah,
because we went down to the store yesterday and I was looking at all the figures and stuff and the miniatures and I was like, okay, this kind of is interesting because I know a lot of people that I know in my circle that actually like to build miniatures and all that kind of stuff. But then I saw Multi picking up books and I was like, okay, there's books and they're like this thick and thicker than that. But I read books like that all the time, so I ain't got no problem with that. But it's just hearing that. Fantasy, I felt more comfortable with.
Yeah.
The Warhammer, the 40K, I'm like, it's no good. I'm like, nah, I can't deal with that. Yeah, but it was educational though.
All right.
I enjoyed it. It was just I could see the similarities because it was easy for me to keep track of it because I made a similarity to something I like. I was like, okay, so they're like this. Okay,
yeah. All right. Well. Thanks for sitting through that.
Yeah, it was fun. Got it done. It was fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.